Hey everybody, Cobra here. It's time to get misty. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. Here's what we're running today. We're going to get right into it like always and get started. This is one of my favorite builds, I think, of any build that I've made so far. It's easy, it's kind of casual, and it takes a lot of stress out of a lot of things, because with the Bone Spear build, you always have to worry about putting the Crepify down. You always have to worry about, do I have this on, do I not have this on? And what I like about the Blood Mist is you just kind of run through everything. After you get going here, you'll get a little fortifier around you, and you pretty much just go. That is why this is one of my favorite builds. We'll go over some of the gear at the end. There will be a build video in the description like always, so that way you can enjoy this also. Everybody's 125 we're facing right now, so it's about 25 levels above us. And as you see, it's pretty easy. You can run tier 100, but it gets a little hectic, because you have to dive into everybody, but 100% doable. One of the things about this build is that you want your Blood Mist to always be on cooldown. When you come out, when you go in, the Bone Storm is going to help you with that. And you're going to have the Howling Gloves. That's what's making the Bone Spirits come out and run everywhere. Gives you a lot more distance on your Blight. The main source of damage is going to be your Blight and your Blood Mist. There's not a whole lot you really have to worry about. I don't want to jinx myself, but this may be the first video that I don't experience a death in. And I just jinxed myself, I know. We're going to have me dressed up as something funny. It's easy as that. We are only doing 25 levels over us, but I feel that most people don't even try to push that high with what they're doing. So I think it's a good basis. That's why I like to always try to stay 20 levels over. If I show you something at level, just about anything can do that. So far so good. It's the pool, it's the Blood Mist, it's the wind. I mean, you get the total package with this. The Decrepify that automatically, or it's supposed to be automatically decrepifying. You can see it down there. Sometimes there's a glitch with that. What you want to do is pull your necklace off and put it back on. And that usually takes care of it. I found a lot of issues and scenarios where it wouldn't pop right, because I have it where there's one enemy around, I have it where there's no enemy around. So it should just pop right, and I understand. Just run through, grab the shrine. You really don't even have to be in Mist. Mist is just your safety net, and it pops all your blighted corpse explosions. You can't tell me this build is easy. And one great thing about this build is I love to use this as my starter build also. And you can use it well into in-game, as you see. It really goes good when you're trying to get into a minion build, the minion bone prison build. It specs into it very good with only a couple items needing to be switched, because the minion bone prison build is kind of built around this also. And right now the bone prison is giving you a lucky hit I don't believe you should be getting. So you want to play a normal build, this is my go-to, and I think every situation, and I would definitely do season starts with it. Got one carving over here. It's pretty much, you don't have to think about anything. Everything's automatic. Now you can pop your corpse tendril right when you come out. Pop that baby. Boom. You can be a little extra. You can pop some extra corpse explosions. But when I built this build, I didn't want all the extra. I just wanted to run through after playing technical for so long and just wipe the face of the game. I think it's a very fun build to play, probably the funnest because you don't have all the woes and worries of some of the other builds or missing your rotation and anything like that. It's just straightforward, straight to the facts, straight to the point. Let's go crush some things. And PvP, this build is amazing. It's probably the best build I played this season in PvP, but of course I spec'd out of it. I kept all the gear, and I went into a minion build, which is decent at PvP, but the minions don't hit like they should on a player, and I don't expect them to, because that would be like 10 against 1. And that's not right. Now, they did beforehand, but it's not right now. I believe the Blight, Infinite Mist, Necromancer is the PvP alternative. Because once you're in Mist, you're unstoppable. Now, this is where I messed up. One thing people don't tell you about this build is I recommend throwing on a two-handed sword for boss fights. It's going to make it a lot quicker, a lot easier, because one thing it lacks is boss damage. Didn't look like it lacked boss damage, but compared to the other builds, if you do not use the two-handed sword, it will lack in boss damage. But with the two-handed sword, it really brings it to where you need it to be. This is what I'm talking about, the two-handed sword. Now, I'm still missing a stat on this, but very important for this build, I'll go over it with you right now, is that you need to have the highest item power on your weapons and your offhand, because it's going to give you the highest damage per second. And this character scales off of damage per second. Not all characters are like that, but the characters I have been showing you are. Helmet, I always go Blood Mist, maximum cooldown. That's your bread and butter. You want to be in that Blood Mist at all times. With the armor, I always go Barrier, because you want to build up that Fortify. You want to be safe while you're running around just having a good time. These are the gloves I'm talking about. Without these gloves, the build doesn't work very well, but it will level you up. And these gloves are very, very common in drops, so you will find them. Pants, we're going to go with the normal Disobedience. That should be on almost every single build unless you're infinitely invulnerable. When I come out of my Blood Mist, it gives me a lot of damage mitigation. Boots, you really want to get to Unstoppable and you really want to try to max it out. I do not have it maxed out on this one, but once you go into Blood Mist, you get 10% slower speed. So this will counter that speed and make you very fast in it. Amulets, I would go with the Gloom or a Fueled by Death instead of all Mist skills. But pretty much other than that, the amulet's right on. Going on with the rings, what I've been preaching to you. Crit, crit, lucky hit. Vulnerable damage. Crit, crit, lucky hit. If you don't know what to do, those are going to serve you correctly. Again, with the other ring, crit, crit, lucky hit. And we are buffing Bone Storm, and we are buffing Shadow Blight. And we're doing our tendrils like always on our weapon. Now on our two-handed weapon, we're going to get rid of the trail for the mist, and we're going to put on Corpse Tendril. We're going to double that skill for being on a two-handed weapon, and that's going to push us up to the more critical damage and critical strike chance we need for the single target like you saw with the boss. I mean, that's pretty much it. The full guide is going to be in the description below. What I'm telling you here is not going to give you the whole picture. The Paragon's in there, the leveling's in there, where it should be on your weapons, what gems should be in there. Everything's going to be in the description below, so please check that out. If you have any comments or you think you can make the build better, then let me know. But thank you for everything, and I hope to see you next time. Hey, thanks for sticking around. It means a lot. Here's another video. Don't forget to hit that like, ring that bell, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and this pain, but hitting bottom is the only way